Okay, welcome. We're actually going to be transplanting these 4 corns into their new pots. And these are actually just cottage cheese cups. My mom just had her annual lasagna cook-off, so we have like tons of these damn things. So decided to put them to good use. It keeps them out of the landfill. She was actually going to throw all of these away, but I did keep them, and basically, I'm gonna try to keep a good tabs on my veggies and stuff from now on. And this is the seed tray I showed you a couple of days ago. As you can see, one of the watermelons is starting to pop up, and one of the corns, I don't really know if you can see that, but one of the corns in the back is actually starting to pop up. So since these 4 popped up and they're both really healthy and I really don't want to thin them, I'm just going to go ahead and transplant all 4 into different pots. That way I can have 4 separate corn plants. And these are corn, by the way. Again, corn, watermelon, and tomatoes. Each thing has 4 little spots of 2 seeds, and I'm going to be able to get 8 seeds of each kind. I'm going to be able to get 8 seedlings of each kind from this particular seed tray. And again, people, be creative. This seed, in quote, seed tray is freaking top of a cake tin, okay? Someone having a birthday coming up, just clean out the cake tin and keep it. It is very useful. This thing doesn't even have holes in the bottom, and I usually never do put holes in the bottom. So go ahead and get started here. What you want to do first is gently, very gently, just move the soil away from the base of the plants as much as you can. And be extremely gentle, because you really don't know where the actual roots are. And then you just use a scooping motion. Just bend out the side, go down, and just move the soil until you actually find what you're looking for. And be extremely gentle with the roots. You don't want to accidentally stunt this. When the plants themselves start moving, when you disturb the soil, you know that you've actually, to an extent, found out where their roots are going. And just very gently. And I actually probably should have done this a couple of days ago when the roots were still kind of small, but, I live a very busy life. Okay. And there we are. And you can just see how just long these things are. And now that the corn roots are separated, you see just how large they are. And the best way I have found to transplant corn is you make a tiny little pile of your soil medium in the middle, and you just take the root and you coil it around the thing, plop it in the middle, and then cover it with some extra soil. and pat it gently to keep it upright. There's one. And you can label them if you want. Just make a mound, coil it around, put the little corn thing in the thing, and you lightly pat it down. You want to give the corn good air in the soil and such. So, and then you do the other two, which you basically use the same method. You go out, go down, and you just pull them out the soil. And this is just a seed starter tray, so that's one of the main reasons why I'm actually moving them, is because eventually these will be going outside. And that one actually came out without me having to do anything special to it, so I'm actually very happy about that one. And make sure to be careful to water them. These will be able to be in these particular pots for a few, maybe about a week, maybe a little bit longer. But for sure, once you start seeing the roots trying to pop out the bottom, that's when you need to go ahead and either A, transplant them into a bigger pot, or B, go ahead and put them outside. But these are actually the what we call the fall crop, and the goal is to actually grow them halfway to maturity indoors, and I'd say around the end of September, just put them outside. That way they'll be ready for Thanksgiving. Because I've not ever tasted corn until you've tasted homegrown corn. I mean, it's just wow. And hopefully this one will come out with the same easiness. And if it doesn't go right away, never pull at the roots, because these roots are long and they're very gentle. They will break if you abuse them. And corn is not known for its being a very good patient during transplanting, so usually it's actually recommended that you sow them directly into the soil that they're going to be harvested in. And I don't do that because, I mean, corn takes forever and it burns really easy in the summer Texas heat. So, you know, this is just an easier way to be able to grow corn for Thanksgiving, but still be able to start it really, really late, is by starting it indoors. And you know, this seed tray is actually ready to once I move all the seedlings out of the seed tray, I'll be planting more seedlings. I'm definitely growing tobacco this year. I mean, my dad's starting to show signs of emphysema, and that's not good. And you know, I don't want to lose my pop to something that's stupid, you know. It would be an unfitting end, to say the least. And just gently put it back in place. Since I'm already here, I'm probably just going to transplant this baby one in the back. That way its roots don't get too big, and I don't have to freaking root around and accidentally disturb the other ones. And I'll go ahead and transplant this one too. The seed hasn't actually come off of the leaves yet, so I'm not actually going to try to take. This is actually one of the watermelon plants, and I probably am going to see, once these things get big, you know, your corn is basically going to look like this until maturity. I mean, just a bit bigger. But if you've ever actually grown your own vegetables before, it is very easy to tell the different vegetables apart. And I mean, look at that. You don't even have your first true leaves on that one, and the taproot is already like almost 4 inches long. So corn is a very deep rooter, and this is actually its sister seed that was right next to it. And this one doesn't. This one is barely starting to sprout, and the taproot is like 1/2 inch long. So. And this one I'm just going to make a hole and put it in there, because, I mean, it's really not big enough to coil around a mound. Just put that there and put that there and And remember, after you transplant your plants, to just water them. And I'm going to go ahead and pause this and go ahead and do these two right quick, because this is probably pretty boring by now. This tray right here can literally be got at just about any place that sells seedlings: Home Depot, Walmart, Lowe's, most types of nurseries, etc., etc. And these trays right here are actually, this black tray right here is actually considered trash. So these are literally thrown away by the several million pounds a year, and you wonder how all the landfills get filled up and etc. Seedlings, and these are going to be put under 24-hour light, and these are all corn right here, and this last one at the end is a watermelon, and this is the tomato clone. I actually have like 4 of these. So, and this is, hello, this is me again. For you parents and you grandparents, the seed starter tray is a great way to get your kids or grandkids involved in growing, planting, and stuff. That way you can actually have a little bit of help and be able to do some bonding as well. Now, if you don't really want to be saving trash to use as the seed starter tray as I have, you can actually buy the seed starter trays at just about anywhere that actually sells seedlings. Like any type of nursery will sell them. Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, for anywhere from $3 to $20, depending on how much seedlings you actually want to start, etc., etc. And they have those little peat pop-up kits, so you just throw them in some water and they pop up, and you know, there's your little seed thing, and you throw the seeds in it, and you just throw the entire thing in the ground. Those are really awesome.